G'day guys, welcome back to Fading Margins. Well, I'm perched here in my office to talk to you once more um, and to announce yet another month-long test. And this is not a knife that's new. And maybe it's a little bit newish or really old in its presentation, but it's very well known. Now, as you know, by far my favourite everyday carry in the traditional line, I always carry a Victorinox Swiss Army knife on my belt of various sizes, is this, which is the Otter Hippikniep, or Hippiknipe small. This one's in the Grenadille and C75 carbon steel. I have several of them in different woods, and I just love this pattern. Really do. It's great. But I was thinking the other day, don't know how it came up really, about Opinels. Actually, one of the reasons it came up was because a good buddy of mine sent me this beautiful walnut number 7, and I love number 7s. That's my favourite size. In fact, I think apart from a few small keyring size ones, I only own number 7s. Now, if you're going picnicking, you're going walking, you haven't got any aggravation, right? But I tend to be really scrupulous about what I'm carrying on a day-to-day basis. So where, for example, the medium of this is 3 3/4 cutting edge, and I mean cutting edge. 3 3/4. What am I talking about? 3 1/4. Not 3 3/4. I won't carry it. Well, I will if I got a cause, but generally speaking, I won't do it. Right? It's just how I am. Can't help myself. But I thought, well, I can't carry number 7. It'd be great. It'd be beautiful. Because I like the steel. Yeah, love the edge, right? It's just a bummer. Then I came across a video by a lass called Vine Climber, and she had a little video that showed you how to remove the collar, because of course it's the lock that's the problem. I mean, the number 7 is a fraction over 3 inches. You don't have a ricasso to deal with, so it's the full length from the butt of the handle here to the tip here. It's a whisker over, but it's nothing you couldn't deal with a bastard file and a good stone. Get yourself down, which is what I've done in the past, because this is my original Opinel that I bought years and years ago. It's got a lanyard hole in it, rather a huge, clumsily drilled one, and the blade is bang on 3 inches, as you can see, and slightly modified. I took the kick out of the nose of it. So I had to go. I followed the instructions, and lo, here is the ring, the locking ring, and here's the knife. So I didn't want to go banging around something new. So I thought, well, I'll try this. So that's what I did, and it's so far I think I'm pretty happy. I took it out of the garage earlier and laid it on my anvil, on my vise, and gave the pins a bit of a touch up with a peening hammer. And that's tightened up the action, because you don't want it flopping around. Right, so you have to put it away and you have to pull it out. But it is an old-fashioned clasp knife. Now, I'm currently reading, yet again, Robbie Stephenson's Travels with a Donkey. And very early on in the piece, he's staying in an auberge, where in those days, in the 1870s, I think it was, you have to bring your own knife to the table. So he has a folding knife. But from what I can understand, his folding knife was like this. It had a spring in it, and that was considered terribly radical and very expensive. I think he paid 20 francs for it back then. I don't know what that would equate to, but the auberge owner was quite mortified at the expense, and quite fascinated by the fact that it had a spring in it. So presumably, and certainly up until the 1950s, this is how Opinel presented their knives. There was no collar. The collar came in the 1950s. So this is both kind of new and old-fashioned. It's going back to the original. So I'm going to run this for a month, just to see. Now, if the blade action slacks right off and gets floppy and starts opening my pocket, then I might chicken out. But I don't think it will. And I tend to wrap my traditional in my bandana, in a fresh bandana every morning. and tuck it in my pocket so that everything's kind of safe. But I'm really, really excited to be trying this out, because I think unless I manage to close it on my hand and half amputate my fingers, and it will make a bloody mess if I do, we should be all right. We'll have a bit of fun. So that's it, guys. This is my month-long carry forthcoming. This is an Opinel number 7 without the collar. So until next time, I wish you all health and happiness. I wish you a blessed fast for Lent, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you before Pascha or Easter in the middle of the end of April. So in the meantime, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ta-da!